A big win for Bountiful City, Utah's Open Access Network project. $112 million in CPF funding for broadband in Rhode Island. The investigation into alleged corruption at Altice grows. AT&T pushes back on the lead-sheathed cable contamination report. And Ohio University helps bring veterans into the broadband industry workforce. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. Big news out of Utah this week with word that the Utah Taxpayers Association has failed in their effort to delay the City Council of Bountiful City, Utah's unanimous decision to partner with Utopia Fiber in building a high-speed open-access broadband network for city residents. Earlier this month, Gigi Sohn, president of the American Association for Public Broadband, wrote a column in the Salt Lake Tribune detailing how the Utah Taxpayers Association, a cable industry-backed dark money group, had sought to potentially block the Utopia project by getting the issue on the November ballot. UTA was unsuccessful in collecting the required number of signatures from registered voters. Construction on the Bountiful City Utopia Fiber project now slated to begin in August. The U.S. Treasury this week approved a Capital Projects Fund award of $112 million for the state of Rhode Island. Funding will be administered through the Connect RI broadband deployment program. Nearly $82 million will be used for multi-purpose community facilities, $25 million for broadband infrastructure. Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs this week awarding $8 million for broadband connectivity projects in Cochise County. That announcement was made at the Sierra Vista campus of Cochise College, a 550-acre campus that does not currently have broadband service. Nearly $8 billion in state and local fiscal recovery fund money has been earmarked for broadband projects in Iowa, Utah, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia. Among the projects, $20 million for internet connectivity in Brownsville, Texas, $4.5 billion to bring high-speed broadband to every household in New Kent County, Virginia, and $90 million for the West Virginia State Broadband Initiative. On the heels of last week's bombshell Wall Street Journal report on the potential dangers of decades-old lead-sheathed cable, analysts have now revised their estimated remediation costs to a range of $4.4 billion to $21 billion. Their initial estimates upwards of $60 billion. AT&T has pushed back on the lead contamination allegations in a U.S. District Court filing. It's part of an ongoing lawsuit between the company and the California Sport Fishing Protection Alliance. That group has argued the old AT&T cabling from the 50s and 60s that lies on the bottom of Lake Tahoe poses a health risk due to lead sheathing degrading over time and allegedly releasing harmful levels of lead into the environment. The investigation into alleged corruption, tax fraud, and money laundering by broadband conglomerate Altice co-founder Armando Pereira continues to grow. Pereira was detained by Portuguese authorities. Altice International, meanwhile, has suspended a number of managers and legal representatives. And the son-in-law of Pereira, Yossi Benstreet, has been suspended by Altice USA. Co-CEO Alexander Fonseca, who is also chairman of both the Portuguese and U.S. subsidiaries, suspended himself from all roles earlier this week in an effort to protect the interests of Altice Group. More on this story as it develops. And the price of YouTube Premium has just been hiked to $13.99 a month. That's the first increase since 2018. For good measure, Google also bumped the price of YouTube Premium Music to $11 a month. Crackdown on password sharing by Netflix has resulted in a huge addition of new subscribers, nearly 6 million new subs during the second quarter. That's the largest jump since the last quarter of 2021. Good news, though, seemingly lost for the folks on Wall Street, with Netflix stock dropping 9% in aftermarket trading on the NASDAQ. Tough crowd. The move to 1 gig internet seems to be firmly in place, with subscribers taking speeds of 1 gigabit per second or faster, now making up 31% of the U.S. market. That's double the percentage from last year. The jump in power users, that's subscribers using 1 terabyte or more, now make up 15.6% of the market. Super power users, that's 2 terabytes or more, account for 2.8% of the marketplace. Streaming also continuing to grow, a record 33.7% of overall TV usage in the U.S. during June. YouTube and Netflix with record market share. And finally, a tip of the cap to the McClure School of Emerging Communications Technologies at Ohio University. While the university has long had an undergraduate program in broadband as part of their curriculum, a pilot program was launched in May to provide veterans transitioning out of the military with training in fiber splicing and other aspects of broadband infrastructure. The goal is that the veterans will pay nothing or very little for the training. The National Warrior Workforce Organization will assist in covering those costs with workforce development funds. Way to go, Ohio University, the National Warrior Workforce. Way to go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.